Hey nerds, welcome to JerAwards. Today we are going to do a full show recap for the originals. And just so you know, timestamps and everything will be in the description box down below. Now, we did the season 5 recap. We're going to do a series recap like we did for the Vampire Diaries. And you should maybe expect something like this for all the big shows. Obviously, we did like a recap for other things, but like the full series thing. Now, the Vampire Diaries, I couldn't recap all 8 seasons because it was 171 episodes, and that just would have been too long. So on that one, we did kind of like final thoughts, opinions, things of that nature. This one, I have a pretty good, decent recap. It's like maybe 50 bullet points, but we'll get through that in like probably less than 10 minutes. They're very, very short bullet points. And then some final thoughts, opinions, things of that nature. And then we'll do our final JerAwards for the originals. We'll do our final In Memoriam as well. And then we have a couple more things and then some more stuff next week as we roll out with the winner of whatever the poll is between the Team Wolf and the 100. So if you guys are new here, what we do at the end of our shows, we recap each season at the end of the series. For big shows, I try to do something like this, so no reaction for today outside of like the tribute one. No episodic reaction, I should say. But if you're new here, feel free to subscribe for daily content. If there's a day, there is some sort of reaction. And yeah, links and everything in the description box down below for the Patreon, the Twitch stream, and everything in between. Jerry's hanging out next to us, and let's go ahead and just get into this. So, the originals. Here's how the series starts. Season 1, Episode 1. We get a recap in different shots, basically, of the same episode we got from the Vampire Diaries, Season 4, Episode 20. Hashtag 420. Klaus, learning his one-night stand with Haley Marshall, has gotten her pregnant. Something no one thought was possible. She's a werewolf. He's a hybrid. Klaus doesn't want the kid at first, but his brother Elijah talks him into it. Over the course of the story, we get Klaus going from wanting his daughter to help him rule, basically every king deserves an heir, to loving her and doing anything he can to protect her. He goes from the big bad wolf to the protective puppy dog, and we love to see it. So the originals is about the original family, the original vampire family known as the Michelsons, and this will follow the story of Klaus and Elijah and their family members Rebecca, Cole, Finn, Freya, and yes, even Marcel Gerard. And we also get a story while we get the story of the first vampires. We get the story of the first wolves as well, and the wolf origin, which I thought was cool. So the first 2 seasons are really recaps of information we kind of already knew outside of Dahlia. And of course, we get the introduction of Freya in season 2, I think. Is that season 2? Yeah. We get a ton of information about Marcel, who, for all intents and purposes, is Klaus's son. So in my opinion, the story really doesn't pick up until we hit season 3, because, which sucks, because as soon as it gets its feet under itself, is that the quote? I don't know. It's 22 episodes, right? And then the next 2 were only 13. So we only get 1 more full season of this show really coming into its own. And that was, that's kind of sad, because this show could have been outright perfection start to finish. We all remember the sire line, right, and how that works. If you kill an original, you wipe out everybody they've turned. So basically in season 3, the different sire lines come together and they're trying to kill a leader of the originals. If they do so, they wipe out competition, yada yada. There's a whole thing. Very, very interesting. While Aya and the Strix are looking to cast a spell to remove that, so maybe they can just kill the leader and not worry about killing hundreds of thousands of innocent other vampires. We get tons of cameos in season 3. We get fresh faces and old faces, new lovers and old lovers. The last of the White Oak is used to create the ultimate vampire, whose bite can kill an original, which goes to Lucian. We also get Aurora and Tristan and these numbskulls. We get the death of Finn just as he kind of feels what always and forever means after he teams up with Matt Donovan. And that's beside the point. So Cammy, the brave bartender, becomes Klaus's love interest, and through the course of the 3 seasons plays a role. Finally, we get that moment with them with the kiss in season 3. And yeah, she ends up dying from a bite as well. So Lucian takes out Finn and Cammy, not to mention Elijah and Haley's spark, right? They get more love, more intent, and more intense. They don't get inside of a tent. The intro of Vincent, who was formerly Finn, Finn was inside of his body, ends up giving Marcel the same juice that Lucian took to make him all-powerful with the fangs of the prophecy that can kill an original. Marcel tests Klaus and Elijah before Elijah kills Marcel Gerard. He returns, bites Elijah, Cole, Freya's sick with a poison, Rebecca's cursed, and it kind of leads to Freya creating a dream world to keep all their family members safe while Klaus lives on in a tomb for 5 years. During this period when Caroline in the Vampire Diaries came to New Orleans, but Klaus was gone because he was buried. So anyways, Marcel rises, takes back his city. Season ends as him being the king. Now, season 4, Hope's little girl now, and she's chased by something called the Hollow, or Inadu. Something that ends up being so powerful that the energy has to be split into the 4 main original vampires, being Elijah, Klaus, Rebecca, and Cole. They can't be close to each other, or else that power could consume and kill Hope or bring destruction to everything. In the process, Haley has to say goodbye to Elijah. Hope loses her father. It seems Marcel and Rebecca are going to go spark love. It seems Cole and Davina will be just fine. Season 4 ends with everyone happy but separate. Elijah ends up having Vincent and Marcel compel him to forget always and forever. When Klaus finds him at the end of season 4 to visit, Elijah doesn't know who he is. Klaus is broken but happy. Also, at the end of season 4, Haley takes Hope to the Salvatore School for the Gifted in season. In season 5, going back to Marcel and Rebecca, he proposes. She says no. She goes to her same routine she went through for 7 episodes of screen time, including the Vampire Diaries, and finally accepts his love by the end of it. Season 5 is 7 years later. Hope is a teenager. She kidnaps her own mother, being Haley, to bring Klaus home. Nazis take Haley from there, and when Hope finally finds her mom, Haley does a binding spell to remove her wolf side, eventually sacrificing herself to save Hope. Elijah watched Haley die without even knowing who she was, because remember, he compelled away his memories. After Klaus bites Elijah's new love, Antoinette, Elijah offers Klaus a deal, a cure for her in exchange for his memories. Klaus says no, trying to save Elijah from himself. Hope locks the family up and takes full power of the Hollow. It's killing her. She kills the dude, triggers her wolf side. Rest in peace, Bill. During the night, her first transformation, she forgives Elijah before that process. But while she's transforming, Klaus uses Caroline's kids, Josie and Lizzie, to take the Hollow for himself, basically to kill himself, to save his daughter and to rid the world of this evil. After being stopped by Hope and Elijah, the family comes together as they know Klaus is going to go through with this, with some white oak he magically found, whatever. With the whole family happy, Rebecca accepting Marcel, Freya and Keelan starting a family with the help of Vincent, Josh dead in the afterlife with Aiden, Finn dead, doing whatever, Cole with Davina, Hope with family, Haley dead with Jackson waiting to dance with Elijah, Antoinette in Shanghai. Elijah and Klaus take that white oak and they stab each other, dying in each other's arms and looking to face the darkness together, always and forever. And that really is the originals. And here's my thoughts and opinions on the show. I loved it. I thought it was great. I liked the show. It took a minute to get going. Season 3 was really phenomenal. Season 4 had the perfect ending. Season 5, it was good. Super sad ending. Obviously, I cried way worse during this than I did in the Vampire Diaries. But just, it kind of felt off because it was rushed. You could tell it was rushed. They didn't know I learned that they didn't know they were going to have the 5th season. So, yeah, I kind of feel bad that they couldn't get the actor to play Finn for at least one afterlife sort of cameo. We saw it with Josh. Maybe the originals don't get that, but we saw it with Haley, who was a hybrid, but got rid of her wolf side and still ended up with the wolves. Just to see Finn at some point, like I said, at that final dinner, him standing in the corner, maybe laughing at some of the jokes or stories, or maybe somebody tells a story about Klaus and Finn, about Finn being dull and he just like smiles or laughs or something. Would have been really nice to have, because everybody kind of feels they got a final tip of the cap other than Finn. Yes, he's dead, but other characters have died and got that tip of the cap. So just kind of sucked. Kind of sad we didn't get a cameo from Elena. Tatia does not count. The Elena Salvatore thing was a really nice touch. No Damon or Bonnie. Would have been really nice if they could have been worked in. Bonnie even answering a phone call and just telling Klaus to screw off, or something like a quick cameo like Wolverine had in one of the X-Men movies where he told Xavier, Professor X, and Magneto to fuck off. Something of that nature would have been cool. Caroline getting in contact with Damon and Elena to talk about Rebecca potentially getting the cure would have also been really nice. Small things. No mention of the white oak he had. I don't know. I remember the Vampire Diaries. I feel like there was one missing, but I don't know if that was concluded or maybe I'm just pulling random memories. It would have been really cool to see if that was the case, or if he would have found it amongst Alaric's stuff, right? If he would have been like, and what is this you're holding from me? And it was a white oak thing. And then he can make the decision from there. But him just magically pulling it out of his coat pocket, like, I've had this forever. Klaus being dead. Also, Klaus being, wouldn't that have wiped out a whole line of vampires? They didn't break his sire line. They broke Elijah's. So I'm assuming, obviously Damon's a human at this point, but I'm assuming that Caroline wasn't under that branch, right? Wasn't Marcel under Klaus's branch for the sire line? Or was that nullified when he took the juice? I'm just saying. I feel like the only vampires left in the world would be Elijah's vampires, because his sire line was broken. Anyways, I feel like they could have put the hollow in Declan. They could have killed Declan. Put the hollow in him. He would have been really sick for a second. Kill him. But what they did made it more emotional. Marcel just being all powerful and getting his ass kicked all the time really bugs me. He never really made a threat with his fangs after season 3, maybe once or twice. Definitely not in season 5. We didn't really get to see him put that to action. There was these vampires. There is Greta. There is these other things walking around that Marcel could just bite. He could just bite them. And that's it. Granted, they did do the scene where they put the Bane mask on him to try to get his venom, which ended up killing Josh. But that was the only use, and it wasn't intentional. Still feel like the way season 4 ended was perfect. I don't have any other notes about this. The family's happy. Klaus is gone. So's Elijah, which is super sad. There is Legacies, but we won't watch that for a while. But maybe if we ever do decide to come back to this universe, it will be a nice way to do so. So with that little recap and stuff out of the way, final thoughts and opinions, let's get into the JerAwards, the last JerAwards for the originals. And we're going to start things off with favorite episode. Now, the nominees for these are the winners from the past seasons with a couple more things trickled in. So we'll say the nominees and then we'll pick the winner, right? From Season 1, Episode 16, Farewell to Storyville. Season 2, Episode 7, Chasing the Devil's Tail. Season 2, Episode 21, Fire with Fire. Season 3, Episode 14, A Streetcar Named Desire, The Moment the Sire Lines Were Broke. Season 3, Episode 22, The Bloody Crown. Season 4, Episode 1, Gather Up the Killers. Season 4, Episode 13, A Feast of All Sinners. Season 5, Episode 8, The Kindness of Strangers. Or Season 5, Episode 13, When the Saints Go Marching In. Getting a chance to calm down from the finale. I would give you, we're going to go in order here from 3 to 1. I would say that third favorite episode would be Season 4, Episode 1, Gather Up the Killers. It's a sick episode from start to finish. I would say number 2 would be Season 5, Episode 8, The Kindness of Strangers. And my favorite episode from the entire series, the finale of Season 3. Season 3, Episode 22, The Bloody Crown, was sick. The way everybody how that all had to come together, and coming back to Marcel being on top, and Klaus and Rebecca playing that ruse to save the family, and Klaus keeping himself alive with the help of Rebecca to stay in the tomb for 5 years. Perfect episode. Favorite scene? Your nominees. Season 1, Episode 8, Klaus slaughtering the Marcel vampires. Season 2, Episode 9, Klaus, Rebecca, Hope, Haley, and Elijah taking that selfie. Season 3, Episode 12, the reveal that Elijah and Marcel were working together to fool the Strix. Season 4, Episode 3, Hope and Klaus bonding. Or Season 5, Episode 13, The Family Dinner. I would say the selfie, the family dinner, but my personal favorite scene throughout the entire show, Season 1, Episode 8, Klaus slaughtering the vampires, making Marcel pick up that coin. That was a badass moment, and there's no denying it. Most heartbreaking scene, you know where this is going to go. Season 1, Episode 11, Klaus embracing Marcel with a hug after Davina's death. That was really one of the first times kind of seeing his softer side. Season 2, Episode 18, Klaus asking Michael why he wasn't a father when he needed him to be. And Michael responding with, I don't know. Season 3, Episode 19, Cammy's death. Season 4, Episode 13, Elijah looking at Klaus with no memory of him. Or the winner, I'll just go ahead and say it. Season 5, Episode 13, Klaus and Elijah's death. By far the most heartbreaking scene of any show I think I've watched so far. Funniest scene, Klaus talking about Rebecca's love life in Season 1. Season 2, Episode 2, I didn't know we were running a kennel now. Season 3, Episode 16, well, perhaps you failed to notice the hat. Season 4, Episode 7, Klaus saying that there was zero evidence that Elijah doesn't sleep upside down as a bat. Or Season 4, Episode 7, Hope saying, I'm 7, not stupid. I would say it's honestly a tie with Klaus saying there's no evidence that Elijah doesn't sleep upside down like a bat. The trucker hat was also top tier. We don't serve your kind, Mother Chucker. Perhaps you failed to notice the hat, my friend. Favorite kiss may be a bit surprising. Season 1, Episode 19, Elijah and Haley. Season 2, Episode 8, Josh and Aiden. Season 3, Episode 9, Klaus and Cammy. Season 4, Episode 7, Freya and Keelan. Season 5, Episode 13, Marcel and Rebecca. I'll give you my top 3. You ready? Top 3. Season 2, Episode 8, Josh and Aiden. Season 4, Episode 7, Freya and Keelan, because they kept teasing it. My favorite kiss, finally, after denying it, trying to keep it business professional, going back and forth, the compulsion, the free will. Season 3, Episode 9, on Christmas, Klaus and Cammy was my favorite kiss. A lot of people hate Cammy. I enjoyed the character. Favorite kill, your nominees. From Season 1, Elijah killing Agnes and the people at the church. Season 2, Finn pulling the heart out of a sleeping vampire while he was in Vincent's body. Season 3, Episode 2, Haley killing all those witches. Season 4, Episode 1, Klaus killing Alistair with that sword with the chain on it. Or Season 5, Episode 10, Hope killing everyone in the church. And your winner, from Season 1, Elijah killing Agnes. He told Sophie, I promise you, no harm will come to her by the hand of my brother. Never said nothing about himself, mother lover. Ooh, ripped those heart outs and then snapped her neck. Fire. Favorite quote. I didn't do a lot of these, but I do have 4 listed here. Season 2, Episode 3, you are the author of everything I am. Season 2, Episode 22, in trying to break your enemy, you have broke your family. Season 3, Episode 19, sorry, just 3, not 4. Klaus talking to Cammy. Klaus, I will carry you with me, always. Something like that. And Cammy says, I guess that makes me immortal. Not really, because Klaus died. Anyways, Season 2, Episode 3, Klaus talking, I think it was to Esther, right? You are the author of everything I am. Fire. Favorite character. Are you ready for this? This one's big. There's no team Stefan, team Damon on this one. This is strictly a favorite character. Season 1 winner was Elijah. Season 2 winner was Elijah. Season 3 winner was Klaus, with a mixture of Vincent and Marcel. Season 4 winner outright was Klaus. So kind of 2-2 between the brothers. And then Season 5 was a mix between Klaus and Elijah. We watched Elijah lose his memories, get it back, yada yada. But Klaus's character development is the point of the story. You can make an argument that it's partially, which it is, Elijah's story. But I mean, this is 100%, the more I think about it, Klaus's story about his daughter and how that progresses and turning him in from the big bad wolf to the protective puppy dog. So my favorite character from the entire show, I was going to say it was a tie between Elijah and Klaus, but I would say Klaus. I would say at the end of the day, like I said in that first edit I ever watched of him, he would be my favorite character. Kind of turned out to be so. But when I tell you it's Klaus and then Elijah, I mean that shit. Now, let's get into favorite season / the season rankings. I'm going to rank the seasons from least favorite to favorite. Are you ready? Starting off, Season 1. I put little sub names for these things, by the way, in case you hear me say it and get confused. Season 1, the recap. Season 2, Dahlia. Season 5, Elijah's Memories and the Farewell Tour. Season 4, The Hollow. And my favorite season of the originals is Season 3, The Sireline / King Marcel. By far, start to finish. Season 4 is right there. I mean, like, they're like this. Season 4 is pretty fire. It starts off fire. Kind of gets a little weird in some spots. But overall, Season 3, so good. Even though we got Caroline in Season 4 and Season 5, Season 3 is fire. Now, for my favorite finale / finale rankings again, least favorite to favorite. Number 1. I'm sorry, not number 1. My least favorite. Season 1, The Birth of Hope. Season 2, Dahlia's Defeat. This may come as a shock to you guys. Season 5, My Brother's Keeper. Season 3, Marcella's King. And my favorite finale throughout this entire thing was the Season 4 finale, A Family Broken, Distant, but Happy. Season 4 ended perfectly, and I will stand by that always and forever. And I guess one of the real final points we'll make here is the Vampire Diaries or the originals. What did I like more? Who's my winner? What show do I prefer? I feel like we could go into a full video about this at some point. But I would say the Vampire Diaries. I like the Vampire Diaries more than I liked the originals. And just because more of the supernatural stuff, more of the relationships, and you felt a little closer to the characters. And it's pretty close, but I think overall I like the Vampire Diaries more. I think they both gave really good endings. But yeah, I mean, they're close. It's not like it's it's a lot closer, but yeah, I'd go with TVD. Now, that was all the JerAwards. We're gonna get to the most lengthy part of this before we say our outro, and that is the In Memoriam, which is every single person that died throughout this show. Are you ready? Let's get it. I got some names highlighted in red here. They'll get said twice. So, are you ready? Season 1, Jane Ann, Marcel's Vampires, Tina McGreevy, Katie, Sean, Monique and the Harvest Witches, Them Church People, Agnes, Dwayne, Celeste, The Vampires Klaus Slaughtered, Corporal Dickhead and the Human Faction, The Three Witches Davina Wrecked, Tim, Davina, who came back, I don't know why I made that note, Papa Tunde ×2, Sophie, The 1919 Flu Patients, Luna, Celeste, Bastiana / Mamal Jones, The Drummer, the drummers, Thierry, Eve, Father Kieran. Gotta make an update. The Gumbo Janitor, Marcel's Vampires that Elijah Killed, Abigail, Monique, Genevieve / Gingivitis, and Diego. In Season 2, Francesca, the Guerrero Wolves, people in that Shakespeare's play. The two blonde witches Haley killed, the Python, werewolves Elijah killed, Hillbilly Halloween, the Shovel, the wolves Agnes killed, Ollie / Oliver, Adonis / Ansel, couldn't remember his name, all of the employees at the fancy Waffle House, the witches Freya killed, Cassie, two vampires Finn killed, Caleb / Cole, Sam, Eva, Esther, Michael, Sophie / Madam Web, like the original Michael, Aiden, Gia, Esther again, Dahlia. In Season 3, Corporal Q-Ball, Kingmaker, Wolf Hunters. The bystanders Lucian killed after he was turned. All the Buddhists killed by Aurora, Mohinder, Alexis the Seer, Klaus's Heart, Rebecca's Witch Body, Shin Min, vampires Elijah killed. Two vampires Marcel ripped the heart out of. Transition vampires Cammy killed. Dude Jackson killed with an axe. The Obi Witch, Jackson, Tristan, Dude Aya decapitated. Ariana, it's a weird name to spell that. Madison, the toy knight that Klaus carved for Rebecca. Aya, maybe Aurora? Question mark. Witches, wait, do I have Aurora on here definitively? Aurora, witches Elijah killed after the pool party. Strix member Haley and Elijah killed. Gaspar Cortez, girl Cole fed on. Two dudes Marcel pulled the heart out of. Andrew Fash, Kingsman Security, Professor Pete, the Venom vampire girl. Finn Michelson, Strix members, Lucian killed. Stephanie and maybe the other apartment neighbors Cammy has. Cammy, Davina, Lucian, Van Wyn, the Strix. Season 4. Alistair Duquesne. Euro trash vampires Haley killed. Witch guy Vincent killed. Driver of the nice car. CeeLo Green and the other witches / shamans. Will Kinney. The innocent illusion people Klaus killed. The hollow servants that attacked Josh and Freya. The hollow servants that attacked Klaus and Haley. The hollow servants Klaus and Vincent killed. The hollow servants Haley and Freya killed. The hollow servants Rebecca, Klaus, and Marcel killed. Dominic, Spirit Jackson. The accolades Marcel killed protecting Vincent. Accolades Klaus and Elijah killed. And the accolades that Elijah killed with the Molotov. See how weird season 4 got? It was just like cannon fodder. For season 5, the club bouncer. Poppy, Henry, David, Colette, Room of Vampires Klaus killed. August, the August Villagers. The Binding Witch, Greta, Haley, Marshall, Kenner, Amnesia Elijah. Wolves in the church bombing. Lencina, Witches at the Kool-Aid drinking contest in the cemetery. Ivy, Bill, Church Vampires. Emmett, Josh, Elijah Michelson, and Klaus Michelson. One last time, the important people scrolling through here, or the big names. Rest in peace to Jane Ann, Sophie, Thierry, Father Kieran, Monique, Genevieve, Diego, Francesca, Cassie, Caleb / Cole, Eva, Michael, Aiden, Gia, Dahlia, Esther, Shin Min, Jackson, Tristan, Aya, Aurora, Cammy, Lucian, the Strix, Davina came back, she don't count, Will Kinney, Inadu's human form, Haley, Marshall, Kenner, Ivy, Josh, one last time, Finn Michelson, I'm going to say Haley Michelson, Elijah Michelson, and Klaus Michelson. Rest in peace to all those lost, loved and hated in the originals. And that's going to do it. I wish, one final note, I wish Shin Min, they built him up so much in one episode just to kill him. I would like more on him. But that overall is your originals recap. And yeah, I don't know when or if we'll ever do Legacies, but if we ever return to this universe, I look forward to when that happens. We just have other things to do for now. So whether it's 6 months, a year from now, 5 years from now, if and when we ever watch Legacies, it's not goodbye. It's just see you later. We'll see what happens with Hope. Special rest in peace to, Stefan and Damon, because technically Elena said they died. Elena, all the characters, which I'm going to say Bonnie, Caroline too. Fuck. Well, Caroline's still a vampire. Listen, I'm rambling. Rest in peace, Elijah and Klaus. Thank you guys for recommending these shows a while back. Thank you for recommending the Vampire Diaries. Thank you for recommending the originals. Without the Vampire Diaries, I wouldn't have watched the originals. Without that Klaus video, I probably wouldn't have had any interest in watching this. So we will react to that. If I'm not mistaken, it's either tomorrow or the day after. So keep your eye out for that. And yeah, that's it. Links and everything in the description box will be down below for the Patreon, the Twitch stream, everything in between. Important note, episode 1, season 1, episode 1 of the original, season 5, episode 13 are free over on the Patreon. I'll put the link down there for them as well. And yeah, playlist up on screen. As always, stay cute, stay hydrated, and I will catch you on the next one.